I'm hearing tell about the success of hybrid working, and I rather think it's a little early to make such judgments. It's a much more complex situation containing new issues that leadership have not encountered before. We're now in what Brené Brown has christened the Great Awkward. An awful lot of people are very tired, and probably about the same number remain very fearful. In a series of studies done in the US, they have consistently found that the levels of fear in those who have not been vaccinated are low, whereas a large percentage of those who are doubly vaccinated and boosted are highly fearful of the virus and are self-isolating, despite the protection they have been afforded. This points to the illogicality of thinking that can arise from anxiety. In another thought for the week, I talked about the Great Resignation. This has been driven by people reconsidering how and for whom they want to work. And now we're seeing the same critical reviewing being applied to the situation at home. This has led to an extraordinary increase in the number of applications for divorce, with those being initiated by women up from around 50% to 76%. Another new stressor at work is the considerable proportion of the population who are experiencing grief because they have either lost one or more loved ones themselves, or at least they know someone who has. Some organizations are trying to help by giving their people time off work. And whilst the intention is great, actually, for a lot of people, the place where they're likely to get meaningful support is at work. Most people have shown amazing resilience through these difficult times. But in the generations alive in the West today, there are few who have experienced this length of time of being in such very trying circumstances. And that's why a lot of people are so very tired. Another thing that's become clear is the complexity around meetings. Whilst everybody was on Zoom or Teams, there was a certain equalizing. But with hybrid working, it's introducing a level of inequality, which really needs to be treated with care and delicacy. Meetings in person include what happens before and after. The people who are on Zoom cannot take part in those side conversations, and they feel left out. That's why some companies are continuing only to have full team meetings on Zoom for the moment. There's also concern that there are more men back at work and benefiting from the close relations they can develop with those who decide about their promotion. On the other hand, many women are still at home, and they're missing out on those important side conversations. This is an example of proximity bias, where those closer to decision makers benefit. We're advising organizations to use things like check-ins at the beginning of meetings to see how people are feeling, even if it's just 2 words or a short sentence. These small, easy steps can be incredibly helpful to give the opportunity for people to follow up and explore in private when colleagues may be dealing with pressures that might otherwise go unnoticed. We're in a time of great stress, anxiety, and also grief. All of these things call for a flexibility of thinking. And probably the best thing that we can all do is to acknowledge the uncertainty of the situation and allow this to be normalized. People seeking certainty from their leaders are likely to be disappointed, and leaders trying to give certainty will likely create cynicism. Apparently, the year 2021 has been dubbed the year of cynicism. Trust for authority is at an all-time low, and this level of distrust has also permeated into many organizations. This is why clear, authentic, and above all, transparent leadership is so key. So this calls for subtlety and sensitivity of decision-making with compassion and empathy. There are so many challenges which we haven't come across before. We're not going to get it all right first time. So we need to be kind to ourselves and kind to each other, whilst accepting we're going to make mistakes. We need to be flexible and agile in the way we address problems, in the way we make plans, accepting that a lot of these decisions will have to be revisited. So those are some of my thoughts. What are yours? Do you agree or disagree? What's your experience been? Put your comments below. And if this message has been helpful, or you're interested in others that we're producing, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name's Thom Dennis. I'm the CEO of Serenity and Leadership, and I'll see you next week.